Information terrorism is not misinformation. It is systemic violence through signal. The signal as a weapon, a new name for an old war. Social media once democratized voices, now weaponized as containment and breach. Misinformation misleads, disinformation manipulates. Information terrorism destabilizes. This violence is not carried out with bombs or bullets. It is carried out with signals. It is the strategic use of digital communication systems to degrade a society's capacity for shared understanding. A calculated assault on how we know what is real, inducing confusion, paralysis, distrust, making a population easier to control. We often use words like misinformation and disinformation. Misinformation, an accidental falsehood, is like an honest error. Disinformation, a deliberate lie, is a planned deception. But information terrorism is something more. It is the systemic weaponization of deception to achieve a strategic goal. It aims to shatter the collective trust that holds a society together, to break the informational commons, leaving us unable to coordinate a response to real-world threats. The trajectory is clear. Containment, breach, counter-containment, each a shift in power, with profound consequences for freedom and control this century. To grasp the threat, define three levels: mistake, manipulation, systemic violence. Misinformation, no intent to deceive. Disinformation, the falsehood is intentional, targeted, purposeful. Elections, public health, business, case studies abound. Systemic violence, information terrorism, it uses disinformation not just as a lie, but as ammunition. The goal is to break the entire information ecosystem, overwhelm, confuse, and breed cynicism until truth itself is abandoned. This is an attack on the shared cognitive infrastructure of society. Dismantle public trust and democratic governance becomes nearly impossible. A lie is raw material. Weaponized at scale, it becomes information terrorism. The modern information ecosystem is dominated by a handful of corporations. Meta controls Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, primary hubs for billions. X, formerly Twitter, showed how quickly rules can shift under a single powerful owner. TikTok redefined the landscape. Short-form video now dominates a generation's news and culture. They design what we see and what remains hidden. They set the rules and who may speak. A tweak or policy change can ripple across global discourse. Immense power, lightly accountable. Social media fractured authority. Dismantling structures that once anchored public knowledge. Authority became fragmented and contested. A new authority emerges, the system's immune response. AI re-anchors users to curated sources, noise metabolized into signal. But opaque algorithms hold the power, often invisible, unaccountable. On one side, states and non-state actors sowing chaos. On the other, platforms imposing order. The public is caught between anarchy and quiet control. AI functions as the system's immune response, metabolizing rupture into silence. 2004, 2.5 minutes. 2023, 47 seconds. Near zero today. Short-form platforms engineered the collapse. Quick hits train us for shallow engagement. Deep thought erodes. We metabolize only superficial signals. We become susceptible to simple, emotionally charged capsules. Fractured attention is fertile ground for invisible governance. Complex legislation and emergency powers pass with little scrutiny. Gradual shifts, rising prices, inequality, advance unseen. Hopelessness becomes control. Containment. Breach. Counter-containment. Social media-enabled rupture. Musk's X amplified distraction. AI re-centralized authority. We can no longer use soft language. Calling it information terrorism is not an exaggeration. It makes intent visible. A name lets us educate, regulate, and disrupt coordinated amplification. Reclaim attention. Think slowly. Create space for reflection and deliberate conversation. This is the necessary work of our time. Information terrorism is not error. It is systemic informational violence, a war against society's independent signal. Naming it forces recognition, and recognition is the first act of resistance.